Hi, YouTube. I hope everybody's doing good. I have a rainy day. I don't know if you can hear it. Just a nice soft rain. We've been getting a little bit of rain every day for a few days, which we really, really need. Um, I'm just kicking back. Thought I'd say hello for a little bit, and um, I don't know, not a whole lot on my mind. I have one major thing that I'll keep saying till I drop dead, but I as much as there's parts scriptures that say thou shalt not judge, there's scriptures that say thou shall. So I'm going to do my thing what God guides my heart to do without hate and love for my fellow man and to protect everybody whether they like it or not. And I know the difference uh, between a fallen angel and a human being. So, and those that would help the fallen ones and the ones that wouldn't. And it boils right down to that right there. So I'm just going to stay, you know, where I'm at with what I believe in. Like in the morning when I try to catch the weather, I mean, I have it on my computer too, but I like to hear my local weatherman that I've heard. I mean, I've gone years without watching TV, but sometimes I get in my mood to like turn on, they have gardening on there, or, a recipe or whatever, our local news. So I don't care what anybody says about that. Oh, I don't watch TV. Whatever. Maybe you can't handle it anyway. So that's, good for you. You know, and the same goes with judging. I don't care if you judge me. If I'm dirty and you see something dirty in me, point it out because God's going to point it out to you. He's going to point it out to me. If my being judgmental makes somebody, um, if you break out in hives or something because you can't handle it, I'm sorry for you. You'll be okay. Here's some salve. You know that? So I'm just doing what I know is right. And it's not right to turn on your morning news where there's mothers with small children. Um, uh, and they're sitting there and all of a sudden there's people promoting what used to be RuPaul was like a oddity, you know, for the most part for what from what people actually knew in entertainment, like say 30 years ago and then on cable from what I understand, but now bringing his show for drag queens into mainstream media. And even a mother that wants to catch the news and the weather or a recipe in her home is subjected to their children and her having to see some big dude. And I heard somebody make a joke. Now that was funny. A trans dude. Dude, you're a dude. You're a man. And they had a nickname for it was what was that? Something like oh, that's what it was, like SLW, strangely large woman. No, you're a strangely large man in a dress. And your oddity makes you money, and it also helps the fallen angel bloodline confuse the little children of Christ. And you know that. And I'm not mincing words and I'm not playing games. I don't care who says what. You're not going to change how I've felt all my life. Has nothing to do with any sex or anything. These people are specifically taking down mankind if they can. Of course, it doesn't matter because Christ will cover his people anyway, but there still is a guidance that older adults give to younger people with a heart full of love to say, hey, watch out for the agenda, and this is part of what they're doing, and this is my thing. I'm all about family. Now, I don't have any family to speak of specifically in my life, you know, but that doesn't stop me. It's just like marriages. That doesn't stop me from uh, wanting everybody else in the world to succeed where others may not have. You know, my heart goes in the direction of a nuclear family, a biological family. I'm not playing this man is a mommy and a sister. And no, no, you're not a mother. Just drop the bullshit. And I draw the line there, and I'm not bending or bowing or asking forgiveness or praying that you'll like me because I'm standing my ground firmly, that I do not want my children and my offspring to see these things in this world. So take it or leave it. I don't care. Maybe and perhaps, and this is what I believe, that you chose who you want to follow. And when you end up with less in your life than God offered you, and no freedom whatsoever to get out of your box and harm another human that just wants to have a family and live on the land, not live off of other people. When God gets his earth back the way he wants it, I do truly believe that there will be a loving place for people that want to dress in drag. And you can do that in your area, and God's people can do that in their area. I'm talking in the afterlife, and I truly believe there everybody has a purpose. You do serve a purpose. In my life, you serve a purpose of patience and my loving kindness. Hoping you'll understand what I'm saying is true, that I know who you're helping and you know who you're hurting, and I'm not going to back down. And you can tell me I'm hateful, but you know I'm not. So I give you a cup of coffee, but baby, I'd have you take off your high heels first, not because I have a fancy wooden floor, but because a man wouldn't be wearing heels in my house. Get it? You know? And I give you a rag to wash off that horrifying makeup. Beautiful women do not need makeup. You know that. And going on elderly myself, I know what I'm talking about. Boys, and it's not boys will be boys, boys will be men, you know. So why don't you be proud to who you are? You know, it was pretty disgusting in my life when I was forced into positions to work like a man or have to defend myself like one. And now you're turning this whole world into something like that. And I have 3 granddaughters. So it in your mind is do what you will. And you know what? That was gone a long time ago. You know, we're in Revelation, baby. And you know that, and I know that. So just shut it down. And if you're helping the fallen ones with any rhetoric and saying this is okay and thou shalt not judge, you know, that's fine. If you misjudge somebody and you have hate attached to that, you're a piece of shit. But if you're actually talking to people like I am with love and concern for their future as well as mine or whoever else, well, then keep judging. You judge me, I'll judge you. We're good to go. If you misunderstand me, ask me a question. I'm open-hearted. I'll tell you like it is. You know? And trust me, if I've had to wear work boots and I came to a woman's home and stood on her rug at her entryway and she wanted me to take my man boots off, I would so be happy to do that, you know, for real, you know. So, okay, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk to about on that one. Besides that, it is a beautiful day, and God bless everybody. Mm, cool thing. There was a woman in my community looking for somebody to relocate feral cats, strays, because we have a really huge problem around our area in the farms, and people come out of the city and think, oh, there's a good place to dump a kitty, or whatever. It happens with dogs, cats, whatever, all kinds of animals. And, well, anyway, I have this cat in my yard. Well, more than one, but a real little one that had four babies. And this woman online was saying this, and a woman responded and said that had she thought about this, let's see, TNR, Trap, Neuter, Relocate program, and I wrote and said, do you have a phone number? Because I was thinking, well, I don't really want to trap Nellie, but if I could get her babies fixed and find them homes, and I would get her fixed, and then she can live in the shop, then that would help with the kitties that would be. And she's so little. And Doug was just saying that a little while ago here, that when he went outside, Nellie had to look at him like, and then got mad or upset because she thought it was me but couldn't see right away. And I said, she has been out in the cold. She's 2. And she spent a couple of really cold winters out there. So, and yes, that will damage your eyes. Any flesh, So, especially I've been cold. And if you start crying when you're cold, that's bad too. And you find that out when you're little, usually, if you live in a cold climate or a hot one. That can be dangerous. Wow. Just like when you live down south and get up in the middle of the night to go start your car to keep the air conditioning, keep it from melting in there, So I know Lionel was talking about Florida like that, and I know Arizona and Texas and California is like that too. So, and days up in the mountains, even out west, more northwest has been. It gets hot here too. We have to crack our windows so we don't destroy upholstery and stuff, and keep things out of the direct sun. And you know how that is. If you know, maybe, I don't know. Some people don't even drive. I know people that are, if depending on where they live, or even people with injuries that don't drive, so depending on the person, you know. Well, I might be back later. I just really wanted to touch on that. Thou shalt not judge, or should we? That's entirely on your soul. That's between you and God. Maybe that it isn't. Maybe it's not your thing. Maybe you're not strong enough to handle the backlash when people say, "You're stupid." And it's like, yeah, I know. I feel the same way about you. But I'm not going to call you names. I'm just going to ask you to understand that we've had issues with these things in our lives, and the time for the weird shit is over. The time for some good, clean living and some family style atmosphere in our world has begun. Thank you. Have a good day. Peace, everybody.